What's up? I'm Shane with Lawn and Light, and today we are talking about customer expectations, and we're going to dial down very specifically and talk about the design expectation of a customer. I've seen several comments on some of the Facebook pages of I did a job for a customer and they didn't like the color, or they thought we were going down the left side garage and we're not. That's not what we bid. Or this or that. It's like what we did not meet customer expectation. There's a quick and easy way to solve that. Now, we're towards the end of the season. Your installs are probably slowing down and coming to a halt. It's December 6th right now. We've done all our installs except for one, possibly two, waiting to hear word from another one. But we have one more install Monday, and then they're pretty much done. We may get, a last minute. There's usually a last minute December 10th or 11th or 12th person. Every once in a while, somebody might call you on the 18th or the 20th and say, I need lights up. But it's pretty much done. So this is mainly going to be for next season. But it's specific to the design. With the technology that's out there nowadays, there's no reason to not show the customer a design up front. Now, what we used to do before we had the technology was I would literally take a picture with my iPad of the house as I was going through. I was building the quote in Jobber, and I would take a picture of the house and literally draw colored lines, just freehand it. It looked terrible, but it still worked. Freehand it. Okay, this is option one. We're going to go on the lower levels of your house. That line is red. Do you see that? Yep. Does that look good to you? Yep. And then option two, we're going to add the upper levels, the ridges, to that. So that's the purple line, or whatever color. So that purple line, does that look good to you? Is that where you wanted the lights to be? Yes. Okay, great. Here's your price for that. Well, now we have technology to where we can actually show them what the lights are going to look like on the house, which is crazy. I wish we would have, 12 years ago, if we'd have had this when we started our first company, it's just insane what we have. You can even chat GPT a picture of their house if you have a good enough signal on your phone or your iPad to get it to load the picture that you need in the location that you're at. You can prompt it to put the lights on the house in the way that you want them to look. And most of the time it works pretty well if you give it the right prompts. The colors might not always be perfect, but you get what I'm saying. There's options out there to show your customer what they're going to get before they sign on the dotted line and before they give you a deposit. So I built a little program that right now is free. It's called LightFlow. Go to LightFlow, LIGHTFLO.co. And you can sign up, just put your email in, and you get this program for free. And it looks like this. It's a very simple program, and we built it for speed. We built it so that you can give the customer the expectation, or you can meet their expectations before the job starts, before you get a deposit. And this is what it looks like. So this is one I did last week. It's very simple. Now, we only have capability for roof lights, but you see what I'm saying? Like, if I talk to a customer, let me look for a good one. Okay, here's another one. If I talk to a customer and I say, okay, I'm going to give you a quote. What do you want to do? And they say, I want the whole front of the house. Okay, so you want the lower sides and everything up top. You have to break it down to them and where they're going to understand. You can talk about trim. You can talk about ridges. You can talk about valleys. You can talk about peaks. You can talk about gables. You can talk about dormers. They don't typically know those words. So those are not words that you want to use. You want to use language that's going to make sense to them. They're not roofers. They're not Christmas light people. Use terms that are going to make sense to them. We say lower levels and upper levels. It makes sense. If they need more clarification, that's what the picture's for. So this customer I met with a couple weeks ago, I want the whole front done. Okay, great. What colors do you want? I want red and warm white. Okay, great. Well, I'm not sure if I want red and pure white. Okay. So I give her two different options. It was like, here's the front, red and warm white, candy cane, or here's the front, red, pure white. So I think that one's the red. And in our program, I've tried to match I don't know if you can see that good enough, but I tried to match the color profile. I guess I don't have the red and pure white. I guess I didn't save that. Here's another one in red, warm white, and green. And it shows two things. It shows colors, and it shows where the lights are going to go. That's probably the biggest one that could cost you money. There's many times in our old business that, and we learned the hard way, it's like the clarification of where the lights are going to go can cost you money. If the customer thinks that they're getting them down the garage and you didn't bid that, well, how do you handle that? I always look at that as I didn't clearly explain that. Oh, we had a situation the other day. This happened. My wife bid one remote. This was yesterday. She bid it remote 2 or 3 days ago. We're going to do the job. He was supposed to meet us there to give us a check, which normally they just pay online. But he was an older guy and wanted to give a check. And she went over with him because he was being a little bit ornery. She explained what we were going to put up. He changed the color several times before we got there. It went from red, white, and blue to he wanted blue only. Well, we're out. We didn't have enough blues to do the whole job. To, okay, blue and green. And then she reaffirmed where the lights are going to go. She had already sent a picture, just like I showed you, of where the lights were going to go. Well, he didn't look at the picture, and he was mad that it didn't hit the top ridge. And she was able to say, Mr. So-and-so, I sent you a picture and the price, and it's in the quote. The picture's in the quote with the price. It's right there. And so there was no argument that happened with that customer. He was like, yeah, you did do that. I see it now. It was easy to go back and manage expectations because we set expectations. And that's what you want to do. You want to manage expectations based on what you set. And you want to have the documentation of the expectations that you set. Now, if he wants to add, you say, well, we can, it'll be this much if we add that top ridge. Do you want it or do you not? And that's what you should do with your customer as well. But if we're going back and we're saying, I don't know what to do because the customer said, I got the lights up and they're warm white and they don't like the lights. They think they're too yellow or they're not wide enough or whatever. They, maybe even we messed up enough to where they said they wanted red and green and I put up red and warm white. Well, who's right? Your customer's right if you didn't set the expectations. That old adage, the customer's always right, is not true. But you have to accept that we, as service people, have to accept the responsibility that if we did not set the expectations properly, then they're right. And those are the ones that you just, okay, I'm going to change out all these bulbs. We're going to go from warm white to pure white because I didn't manage expectations well. And you know what? That hurts. You're going to pay some labor. You're going to pay cost on those bulbs. You can use the warm whites again. But it's going to cost you, and hopefully that when something hits your pocketbook and costs you, you decide to make a change. When we make a mistake that costs us money or that costs us time in a busy season or that's a giant headache, we learn from it. That's the biggest thing. We have to learn from it. And we have to do something different the next time. So we have to change our processes. We have to change how we manage customers, how we manage their expectations, how we present the information so that those things don't happen again. And every time that happens, you learn a little bit. You move forward, you get better. And also, when that customer calls and says, I don't like the way that these look, and you say, you know what? I didn't really prepare you well. Yep, I'm going to switch them out. I'll be there tomorrow, or I'll be there on Tuesday. Hopefully that gained you a customer for a long time. Because the psychology of fixing a mistake quickly versus just doing everything right up front, I think it goes further with a customer. They know that you're looking out for them. It shouldn't be in a manner of like, I can walk all over this person that runs this business. It should be, you know what, that was the right thing to do. I feel like as a customer, from the customer perspective, it was the right thing to do. And I really appreciate them doing the right thing. Probably going to use them for a long time. Hey, appreciate you joining us. If you're gaining value, hit those buttons at the bottom. We're heading into, I want to hear what you guys think. We're heading into a season of, we're going to take these lights down in January. You're going to do the same thing. When we get done with that, our company is going to be focusing on some other projects like bigger, permanent, structural type lighting stuff. But I'm still looking into permanent lighting systems and which one that I really feel comfortable promoting on here. But I also love talking about small business, service businesses. So I really need your help. In the comments, if we continue the podcast, and I haven't made solid plans yet to continue the podcast, especially not 3 times a week. That's really hard to keep up with. But if we continue the podcast and we did like one a week, what would you guys want to hear? What would y'all listen to? Would it, just small business? Would it be just small business tips, tricks, talking to small business owners? Would it be specific to lighting industry? Would it be, I don't know, products, just product highlights? Our channel's called Lawn and Light. And I was in the lawn and landscaping business for 20 years. We could talk about, things of that nature as well as, we talk about lawn care businesses or lawn care tips and tricks or landscaping or irrigation or fertilization and weed control. Or we can kind of get more broad. Throw in the comments what you guys want to hear and what you would listen to. All right. Love God, love others. Let your light reflect that. We'll catch you on the next one.